YouTube viewers, Rectangular back with another haul video. This time we have one of my least favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, Doctor Strange. Now, I know that my friend Craig Warrack is not going to be happy to hear that, but I'm not into magic or supernatural type of movies or genres or characters. So obviously Doctor Strange uses magic, and I think if they had made him a mutant and he was using psionic powers, I might actually care about him, but I don't. Only reason I got him was in case I want to use him for Illuminati shots, and on occasion he does run into the Fantastic Four and the Avengers, and I know he appeared in at least one issue of Ms. Marvel. So I don't know, I may never even use him, so I think I paid $9 on eBay for him, and not even really feeling like it was worth it. He's not in terrible shape, but the cape does have some paint that must have, I'm assuming, must have flaked off there, that I'll have to touch up, and actually some paint rub. It looks green. Looks like he was stuck to something at one time, and the cape's losing some paint there. He's got some paint rub down here, which looks like it's coming right off with my fingernail. Same back here. So, it's not in terrible shape. The joints are pretty stiff. This ankle is just a tiny bit loose, which is kind of a pain when this cape is so heavy, and it kind of pushes up on the back. For some reason it's really stiff, hard plastic down here. I think maybe just a lot of paint. The cape itself is pretty soft, but then it's hard down here at the bottom. You know, a little bit of scuffs on the back here and there. I guess it originally came with this yellow on the back. I don't know why. It's kind of odd. Looks like he's got a little bit of a scuff on his nose there. Let's take this off. Maybe it's just from taking the cape on and off. Yeah. Not a terrible figure, but not great. I don't think it's really weird is that they gave him these posable fingers, or this finger joint here, but it just looks really odd, you know, without giving him you know, being able to flatten the fingers out. I know that most of, you know, that's how he is when he's using his powers. He's got these, you know, rock on devil horns pose, but it just seems weird that it would just make it a joint, and, you know, instead of just making it solid piece like that horrible SpiderMan that we got recently in the Return of Marvel Legends. Because, like, really, why, I don't know, why would you go through the effort of posing that down? Sure as hell not gonna put him the other direction, so I don't know, it just seems really weird. So that's pretty much it. Nothing special about the figure other than the removable cape. It does look up pretty well. That disc needs to be painted. I don't know if it came that way, but that's pretty weird. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next item in the haul. Next up we have the Lord of Asgard, Thor, from the Blob wave. And I'm actually just going to sell this figure. He's in perfect condition. I got him on eBay with another figure that I'll show you here in a second. My friend AJ Frost showed some interest in probably buying him from him, so that's probably who is going to take him off my hands. I actually have the other one that was not from the Blob wave, that's got the slightly darker uniform costume with kind of a metallic paint scheme on the chest, and that one I'm in the process of turning into a custom Odin. So if nobody ends up buying this one, I'll probably make him into a custom Odin and sell him. So in case you haven't seen this figure up close, it comes with a giant axe and a pretty nice cape. The other one has got a little bit more paint shading in it. It's got some white or silver in the fur lining of the cape. Yeah, and then the hammer is kind of like stone, concrete looking. Just kind of interesting. But let's get to the real figure from that purchase that I wanted. Was the comic version of Loki. Yeah, love this figure. I think both AJ Frost and JC Cortez, we were on chat one night, and I think both of them were showing off this guy. I know AJ's done some really cool A.C.B.A. photos with his, and I don't know why I think at the time I was probably trying to find the movie Loki, and don't know why I passed on this one. I think maybe I just didn't appreciate the horns, or I don't know what I was thinking initially why I passed on this figure, but it is awesome. Just absolutely love the sculpt, and it's got really good articulation. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, no ankle rockers, but it does it's got the swivel, I don't know what you call those, Hasbro joints on the ankles. But the only thing that it could use is maybe some more paint detail in the fur, both on the back and on the boots. So I can easily do that with a little bit of white and gray paint. This one just has a little bit of gold missing on the trim here, which I can easily touch up. And that's pretty much it. It's a little bit light on the helmet as far as the gold goes. But yes, I just love the look of this figure. Just looks so menacing. I love that grimace on his face. And just the sculpt, and it's got a pretty decent ab crunch on him. But the only thing that I would have loved to have seen them do, or other change, is to make this swivel on the top of the fur on his helmet, which I could probably modify without too much difficulty, but I don't know, I probably don't want to risk it and just leave it the way it is. It's badass either way. It doesn't really hinder the head articulation that much. And only thing that's really weird is he doesn't come with any accessories, but I do have some swords from other the older Toy Biz Loki, which I was actually going to use for my custom Odin, but I think I actually have another sword from another figure that I can use for him. So anyway, it's going to look really cool with the Warg figures that I have from the Hobbit line. Alright, so with any luck we will get some more Asgardian figures in the upcoming waves, and I wouldn't be surprised if they re-release this figure, because it's just spot on as far as the comics go. Alright, let's check out what else I got. Elizabeth! Oh yeah! That, of course, is the late great Randy Savage. No, I do not collect wrestling figures. This is probably the most random and unusual thing that you will ever see in any of my haul videos. My friends Rap5 and Ashrok will be excited to see this, but sadly she is not going to stay in the package, and she is not going to stay as Miss Elizabeth. The reason I got her is for a custom, which I will go into in detail here in a second. I'm going to get her out of the package, and then we will discuss what I'm going to do with her. Alright, so here we have got the figure out of the package, and the first thing you notice is that she does not have her dress on. And the reason for that is that, like I said, she is going to be a custom, and I'm going to be repainting her, and I needed to take a look at the articulation and what I need to do as far as modifying the body. It's a pretty decent base body. I don't think I had planned to ever use any wrestling figures as base bodies, but most of the female figures that we have from Hasbro and Toy Biz are very skinny, very frail looking, and don't really represent the more muscular female characters that we have in the Marvel Universe. So one of the things that appealed to me about this figure is that she does have double jointed knees, and which the sculpt seems to hinder just a little bit. And it does have a upper thigh swivel. The character I'm going to be using her for does have heels, so I'm going to modify these a little bit so that there's a little bit more surface area for her to stand on, and I'm going to try to give her ankle pivot. That's going to be the most challenging thing probably, and I want to shave out some of the pelvis so that she can get up more of a 90-degree angle on that hip joint, because it doesn't really go up all that far. Not quite 90 degrees. Do like the fact that she's got waist swivel, but it's not very attractive when you want to turn it. It just looks kind of odd. So now I can kind of see why Hasbro didn't want to go that direction lately, although they can probably do it a little bit better than this. Also, I'd like to see if I can get the ab joint to look a little better, because that just doesn't go down very far. I'd like to try to improve that range of motion. And she's got upper arm swivel, only single jointed elbows, which does have a nice fist. I thought this would have more articulation, but it's just a swivel. It would have been nice if it had an additional joint on that peg. Elbows work pretty well. The head, I'm not too sure if I'm going to use this head, but if you haven't already figured it out, I'm going to be turning her into a Miss Marvel. So I got the hair from that Jean Grey last week, and if I can get it to work on this head, I might end up using it. Not quite sure yet which head I'm going to be using. And just for comparison, see if I can get her to stand up with those heels. Come on, Elizabeth. There you go. We have the actual Miss Marvel. And one thing I might do is just swap the hair on that from that Jean Grey with the hair from one of my Miss Marvels, and just put the Miss Marvel head on that figure. Just kind of want to experiment and see what's going to work, but this isn't a bad figure. It's actually one of the better female bodies that we have. I just don't really like how skinny her arms are. That's my biggest complaint about it. The face is okay. So if I'm going to go through all the hassle of doing this work, I might use a different head than this one, but we'll see. I mean, I will probably just use actually a better head on this figure if I end up doing a swap. So yeah, I mean, I basically got this one for the articulation and the fact that her legs are already flesh tone, although I'm probably going to end up having to repaint all the flesh tone so that they match a little better. I don't know. So we shall see. So look for that work in progress in videos to come. Alright, one more thing to show. This week I definitely tried to save the best for last. If you don't already know, I'm a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. I don't know why. I guess it's nostalgia, because they were the first Marvel characters that I learned about when I was a kid. Back in the early 70s, I used to watch the animated series from the 60s. And my friend J.C. Cortez reminded me that this vehicle existed, and that it, even though it was made for 5-inch figures, which I guess was done to save money on plastic, it is actually large enough to hold 6-inch figures. So the figures that it came with fit in there well, but you can also put in 6-inch Marvel Legends scale figures. Now I'm going to have to do some modification to get the Thing to fit in there. I have seen a picture online of somebody on the Fwoosh putting the Thing from the Ronin wave in the back. I don't know if they had to modify it, but I'm not a fan of that figure. It's not a terrible thing compared to some of the other ones, but the head is just way too small, and I don't know that I could even do a head swap on that. So I'm going to use my favorite thing, which is from the Fantastic Four Classics line, and do some modifications to the figure and the vehicle in order for him to fit in the back. And I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to do a full review of it, showing you what the car looks like with the characters, with the figures in it. So it does have some paint residue, not paint residue, sticker residue in a couple spots, but otherwise it's in great condition. I got it on eBay after getting one from a seller on a different site. They informed me afterwards that they had already sold it, so I was lucky enough to find this on eBay for even a slightly better price, and the one that I initially found did not have the rocket launcher on the top, and I think it was also missing some of the rockets that it come with. This one is only thing it's missing is one of the bombs. It has 2 bombs that fit under the vehicle, under the bomb bays, and I'll show you that when I do the review. But just wanted to quickly show this thing 360, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. It you know, the 6-inch figures are a little bit snug, but you can get them to work. So I'm actually getting doubles of some of my figures to occupy this thing, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna have it hanging in the back of the room or not. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. This will just add to the many other vehicles that I have, which I'll show you guys at a later date. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please leave a comment below. Share with your friends. Don't forget to hit like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.